Hi everybody. Hello, hello, hello. This is Kathy from Beads, Boxes and Beyond, and I am stoked. I did a thing. I did a thing. Okay, what I'm excited about is putting plastic on paper but making it look old. Okay. So this is my thinking process this morning. I wanted to, okay, backtrack. You know how when you buy these novels and books and things, and on the back of the book cover, there's always the picture of the art. Well, not always, but there's usually a picture of the author. And I thought, wouldn't it be kind of neat to do the same thing but vintage? So that's why this is actually the back of the journal that I'm working on right now. And I thought I'm going to try and do an imaginary author on the back of this journal. Um, I had, now this is done like this because this is representing my spine, and that helps me with my thought process of how far over to set these things, um, so that way nothing gets badly covered up. So it's supposed to be about here is where my leather spine is going to be. So since we got that taken care of, let me pull it out of the way. So this here is a very old photo, and it came in this embossed frame piece, cardboard. Um, I cut the black out. This is actually the top of a tag punch, and I took the cut off pieces, and I just put them here because I wanted to tie the black in with the black border that I had around the piece. Um, so I did some layering, but what I'm excited about, this picture and being embossed, I didn't want it to be rubbed and destroyed over time because it would be facing down on surfaces. It's different with the front of, the top of the book, because the top of the book is always, if it's sitting on a coffee table, or on somebody's nightstand, it's always exposed, it's out there, but the back goes neglected. And I didn't want this to get all beat up because it is an original piece. So I first tried putting vellum over it. I thought, vellum, you can make it look old and stuff, but it was so opaque that you could not see the photo of the lady here. So then I pulled out a piece of, my plastic, which I don't use plastic in my journals because it's not something really vintage. And then I started thinking, well, it isn't during this time period, I don't think. But even Scotch tape, we tried to copy original Scotch tape. These fell out of stuff that I had when I was going through pictures and things. It came off of stuff. This is actual Scotch tape. And those of us in the journaling days here of trying to make journals look old just love this look. And see how it's transparent and it's got that yummy orangey browns, really warm colors. Well, I thought, like, what if I try to do something like that with my plastic? Oh, look at that. I did. And I just wanted to go over the process with you really, really quick in case you want to try it, covering up anything, adding as an accent. And this is what I did. Let me grab my piece here of junk stuff. So I have this piece of plastic, and what I'm using is a sepia, and it's a waterproof archival ink. And you can use any kind of brown ink. You can use Tim Holtz, Ranger inks, the distressed inks, anything like that. But I just applied my ink to the plastic, just any old way. And I went through with my, a paper towel or a napkin or something and just kind of evened it up a little bit. And I just got this very, very, when you do it like this, it's very, very light. But when you put it on something, white, it comes up with a lot of color. So this is the side I inked. And when I put it down, I put the ink side down because I didn't want to have chances of it rubbing off. I mean, it is waterproof, but you just never know. So I put it face down. The ink side is in here. So when I put it on here, get that away. When I put it on top of here, I took some double-sided tape, like, any kind of double-sided tape, to just kind of hold it in place where I wanted it. And then I took my hole reamer thingy-do, and I just randomly punched the holes where I thought, eyeballing it. I didn't measure anything. And I put this in place, and I used, just regular brads that you can pick up at the store, craft store. And I punched it all the way through to the back. Now, this will secure it even better because the whole back here is going to be covered with a back piece of paper when I construct and put my books together. Let me just say, for instance, if this was the back of my cover, and I had my signatures in place, you know how you get it, and it has this really nice end piece that covers up and finishes the back of your book. So all those are going to be covered up. So that'll look really nice and finished. So I'm in the process of doing this, right? And I put my double-sided tape down, and I'm looking at it, and I'm going, hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. That looks really close to the original old Scotch tape that would fall off of things in all of these places, that I see stuff. And you're wanting to copy that kind of look. So what I am going to do is I am going to ink up a bunch of this plastic sheeting with my ink. And I'm going to run my double-sided tape on one side, like this, different widths. If you've got 1/2 inch, this is like a 1/4 inch or so. And just run it, cut it, run it, cut it. And then when it comes time to using it, all I have to do is pull off the backing of the paper and put it on like you would Scotch tape. There's a lot of ways out there people are doing, trying to make their Scotch tape look like that, where they take actual Scotch tape and then they use alcohol inks on it. And they're doing all this stuff, but then you have to stick it somewhere while you're storing it because you can't roll it back up on the roll. It's just, yeah. This to me is a lot easier. I'm just going to finish inking up this, and I'm just going to run tape on it. And when I need it, I'll cut a slice off and then take the backing off the tape and slap it in my journals. So this is just a little something. I was so stoked with myself when I did it and the light bulbs were going off, and that doesn't happen very often with me. I don't know if this is already out there, folks. This is just something I stumbled upon this morning as I was working on this myself. So this is the back of my upcoming journal, and I really hope that in a couple of days that I will have the completed, and you can see the completed journal. So stay tuned. Keep the notification there, and I will let you know. So this is Kathy again from Beads, Boxes, and Beyond, and I am signing off in a super good mood today. All right, guys, go create. See ya.